Hello, I'm Archibald Chesterfield III, the method actor who plays Paul Pluta. And today is the first episode of Living With. And today I'd like to talk about living with a Rolex Explorer 2. Now, the particular example that I've lived with is a 16570 polar dial, and it's a late model piece. This doesn't have the rattly end links. No, this piece here has the solid end links. And it's also got the flip lock bracelet and the super lume dial. So what is it like to actually live with this piece? And that is a really good question. Living with the Rolex Explorer 2 Polar. Well, what can I say really? It's been an absolute pleasure to live with this piece. It's no holes case, which, to be completely honest with you, is a bit of a bitch to swap over the bracelet for a NATO or a leather strap. I prefer the holes case for flipping out NATOs or flipping out leather straps, putting the bracelet back on, but beggars can't be choosers in this genre. Very, very good bang per buck watch on the used market. The Explorer 2 also has the kudos of being under the radar. It's a piece which flies under the radar. No big Rolex tackiness on this piece here. No, it's very, very discreet, and it's the Rolex you have when you don't want a Rolex. The Explorer 2 itself there, what's it like to wear? Well, it's made of steel, it's waterproof. I think the dimensions and size of this piece is absolutely perfect. It has a similar case to the Rolex Submariner, but it doesn't have this big Herman Monster type crown. So it's a quite usable piece. The second time zone can be quite useful, and if you don't have a need for it, I suggest you set the 24-hour hand to 24-hour time of the 12-hour format, so you can know day and night. It's quite a interesting execution on this piece here. The negatives are, I gotta be completely frank with you, the flip lock bracelet really does give me the shits at times. I'm somebody who likes to bite his nails, so it can be quite tricky at times to open underneath the piece. It's, how would you put it, it's sort of semi-annoying to open this thing. The original Oyster buckle was a lot more easier to use, and I never had a problem with it coming undone by itself. So the flip lock really serves very minimal function and just adds a layer of complexity and annoyance to the ownership experience. The super lume is good. It glows like a lighthouse. The watch itself has a date function. It's very, with the white dial and black hands, it's very, very readable. It's a perfect size piece at 40 mils, and one wonders what the fuck was Rolex thinking when they brought out the bigger new version. The bigger new version for a bigger new world. But having enjoyed quite a few Rolex Explorer 2s, I think they're the sweet spot in the Rolex sports range. All steel, and we're not talking any steel, we're talking 904L, that strong surgical stuff. So this piece really is the perfect piece to wear to the office, to go to weekend pursuits with, to go to court, to go wherever a man should go. And the Explorer 2 itself is just such a comfortable watch. It's certainly not as compact as a 36mm Datejust, but yet again, it was never intending to be that way. The Rolex Explorer 2, I think, is a great piece to have. Living with it, I've come back to it time and time again because it is such a great piece. The Rolex Explorer 2, out of 10, I'm going to give it an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10 for enjoyability, legibility, practicality, It's just a great piece. I'm Paul Pluta, and I hope you've enjoyed this first Living With segment. Fuckers.
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece, we adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.